And more breaking news coming in as the political crisis continues in the nation of Nepal. Top sources say the president is likely to work out a solution now within the constitution. Sources say former Chief Justice Sushila Karki is likely to be made the Prime Minister. Sources say that while there is no provision for an interim Prime Minister, space will be created by nominating Sushila Karki to the upper house. Later, she will be elevated to the post of Prime Minister. This is information brought to us by our investigations editor Manoj Gupta, so that there could be some solution, some political solution inside Nepal after the upheaval we've seen in the last 48 to 72 hours. Now it seems there is some consensus being created around former Chief Justice of Nepal, Sushila Karki, and it seems that the president feels that she will be the ideal candidate to be the interim leader of Nepal. Top sources saying that she is likely to be elevated through the upper house of the Nepalese parliament and then elevated to the post of Prime Minister. So there seems to be this consensus surrounding Sushila Karki. Remember, she was the first pick of the Gen Z movement to become the interim leader of Nepal so that democracy can be restored. And it seems that the president of Nepal, who's currently one of the key political figures who has some level of authority when it comes to negotiating the path forward, now Sushila Karki seems to have his support as well. That's what top sources are indicating when it comes to the political upheaval in the nation of Nepal. To get more details, I'm joined by my colleague Siddhant Mishra on the broadcast, who's also tracking all the developments coming in from Kathmandu. So, Siddhant, it seems that a certain solution is in sight, but there are many stakeholders who do not feel that Sushila Karki will be the right choice when it comes to being interim leader of Nepal in the wake of all the political upheaval.
Well, that's right, Ayushman. In fact, she is indeed the front runner. But one other faction of Gen Z protesters perhaps has proposed name of the former chief of the electricity board in Nepal. Perhaps he's seen as a revolutionary and perhaps helping Nepal coming out of electricity crisis. So his name is also doing the rounds. But now what Manoj Gupta is bringing for us is that the crisis management team meeting right now, president to work out solution within the constitution. Karki likely to be made the prime minister. She will be taken to the upper house of parliament later. The president is likely to push for solution within the 2015 constitutional framework. Sources say no provision for political interim PM, but space will be created by nominating Sushila Karki to the upper house. Later, she will be elevated to prime minister. During this, president is going to issue an ordinance to make provisions. Sources say announcement is likely to be made tonight. So tonight is very, very important. In fact, this is also something which I'm picking from local journalists and politicians there, that tonight is going to be very, very significant. Also, very important to highlight what actually is creating trouble, because many intellectuals here and scholars here are telling me this, Ayushman, that the Prime Minister of Nepal has to be elected through a process outlined under Article 76 of the Constitution of Nepal, where the President appoints the leader of the majority, then the single largest party, and then the largest party. So that's kind of the protocol that has been the mandate of the President in the Constitution. So, the President appoints the leader of the largest party in the House of Representatives, who must then win a confidence vote within 30 days. And if he fails, the process continues by attempting to find a new member. So, this is perhaps making things complicated, because many people here believe that next leader should not be an outsider.
Right.
Some kind of an advisory body, etc., what we saw in Bangladesh. They want the leader to be the member of the house, because they say that Nepal has always been the democracy. So what if there were 15 governments in last 2 decades? But let's maintain and continue the democracy of Nepal, and the next leader should be come through the house.
Right.
So that has been the demand. In fact, many experts and intellectuals are also telling me the same thing. And now Manoj Gupta is bringing for us that Sushila Karki's name is almost finalized. This is what Manoj is telling us. She is the front runner, and she could be brought through the upper house of the parliament, Nepali parliament, and can be made the prime minister.
Right. Thank you, Siddhant, for decoding that for